Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that all bell notification, and that way you won't miss any time I publish a new video. All right, so what are we going to be making today? Well, today we'll be making. So to make our Thai basil green chicken curry, these are the ingredients that we're going to use. Now, I don't have all of the traditional ingredients. So, for example, traditionally, you'll use shallots. Traditionally, you'll put bamboo shoots. And traditionally, you would have chilies, whether the green chilies or the red chilies. So, I don't have that. But this is what I'm going to use in order to make my dish today. So, oh, and also something else that is traditionally put as well is eggplant. But again, I am not going to be using that. So what I'm going to be using for my dish is some bell pepper, some butternut squash. I'm going to be using some onion, about 3 cloves of garlic. I have seasoning peppers here. Now, I don't have, again, traditionally you would use a stalk of the lemongrass. So I don't have the stalk of the lemongrass, but I do have some lemongrass leaves here. I'm still going to use that in order to help to give me that flavor. Now, my green curry paste does have lemongrass in it. It has all the traditional things you need to make a Thai green curry. So it has galangal, it has lemongrass, coriander, all the traditional things, okay? But I'm still going to add on some extra, just the leaves to help give me some of that flavor. We're going to be using some coconut milk, some salt, some chicken broth, some fish sauce. Traditionally, you would use palm sugar. I don't have that, but I'm going to be using some date sugar. And of course, I have a mixture here of Thai basil and sweet basil. So the chicken that I'll be using to make my green curry is chicken breast. Now, ideally, the best chicken to use is boneless chicken thighs. However, I don't have that, so I'm using chicken breast. And so because I'm using chicken breast, the cooking method is going to be different, because chicken breast would not take as long to cook as chicken thighs. And I did cut my chicken breast into smaller strips. So the order in which we're going to cook it is going to be different as opposed to if I was using chicken thighs. So what I'm going to be doing first is cooking my butternut squash first, and then I will add in the chicken. These are all the ingredients that we're going to use in order to make our Thai basil green chicken curry. I'm going to go outside now just to show you guys how the Thai basil plant looks, as well as the sweet basil. Okay, so this plant here, this is Thai basil. So this is how the Thai basil looks. And this plant here, this is sweet basil. And so this is how the sweet basil plant looks. So at least you guys got an idea of the two different types of basil. Okay, so let's start to cook. So we're going to put some coconut milk here. We're going to use this in order to cook our spices. So we're going to use this to cook the green curry paste. Actually, guys, I made a mistake. I should have waited for that milk to sort of reduce a little. Ah, well. So when you are doing it, make sure and do that first. What you're going to do is leave the coconut milk to reduce somewhat where the oil separates. And then you'll want to add in your green curry paste, okay? So I made a little mistake there. But anyway, we will just leave this for a while. What I'll also do at this point is add in these other seasonings here, which is the garlic, the onion, and the lemongrass leaf so that they all get to marry together, okay? All right, so at this point, guys, I'm going to add in my butternut squash. I'm going to add in the rest of my coconut milk. And I'm also going to be adding in the sugar so that the flavor of that gets infused into the butternut squash. Okay? I'm putting this first because butternut squash is a little bit firm, so it will take longer to cook. So once it starts to get halfway there, then I'm going to add in the chicken. I'm going to add in some sugar at this point in time. So I'll add in, now this is something that you really, you go by taste. So I'm going to add in a little bit now, and then when the chicken is cooked, then I will taste it again and see how it is. So the fish sauce I'm not going to add now because again the green curry paste would have had salt. So again we have to wait until the chicken is cooked and then we will know how to adjust our seasoning. Alright, so what I'm going to do is cover this and allow this butternut squash to soften somewhat before we add our chicken in. Wow, guys, I have to apologize. I did not realize that I did not have the camera recording. Oh my goodness, and I added everything in. Oh. Okay, so what I did, guys, was that I added in the chicken. I then added some chicken broth. I added the bell pepper. And I also added some lime leaves. So traditionally you would use the kefir lime leaves. So I just added some lime leaves from my lime tree, right? And I also added a tablespoon of fish sauce. When this is finished cooking, after the chicken is cooked, then I will taste again to see if I need to add any more either sugar or fish sauce, as the case may be, the fish sauce, or I might even sprinkle a few grains of salt. You usually use the fish sauce to get the saltiness. But I probably will also add a few, like a pinch of salt as well. But of course, I have to wait until the chicken cooks first before I can taste it. But again, guys, I apologize so much for not letting you see me add everything to it because I honestly did not realize that I was not recording. So we're going to leave this so that the chicken can cook. Okay, guys, so once your chicken is cooked, you just want to taste for seasoning. After I tasted, I realized I need to add more sugar to mine. So I'm going to add some more sugar and some more fish sauce. So remember, you adjust your seasoning based on taste, okay? So let's see, let's add a little more fish sauce also. We're going to stir and we'll taste again. I want to make sure we get it just right. Okay, I'm going to add a pinch of salt as well to help bring it out. So something I wanted to mention, guys, a Thai curry is more like a soup. You want a lot of liquid in it. Okay, guys, so after you have tasted your curry and adjusted for salt, fish sauce, and sugar, What we want to do now, it's already cooked. We're going to turn off the fire, and then we're going to add in our Thai basil as well as our sweet basil, because I'm mixing the both. And if you had red chilies, this would be the point that you would cut up your red chilies and add it to it.